What is carbon neutrality, and how can we achieve it by 2040? Achieving carbon neutrality is seen as an important step in addressing climate change and reducing the impacts of global warming. Many organizations and governments have set targets to become carbon neutral in the near future. India has formally declared its commitment to reduce its emissions intensity by 45% by 2030, with a long-term goal of reaching net zero emissions by 2070. So, what is carbon neutrality? Why is it so critical? And what are the steps we can take to achieve it? What is carbon neutrality? Carbon neutrality is the state that aims to achieve net zero carbon emissions. This entails a harmonious balance between the quantity of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere with an equivalent amount removed or offset by measures that lower or eliminate carbon from the atmosphere. This can be accomplished in a number of ways, including through the use of renewable energy sources, an increase in energy efficiency, and the implementation of carbon offset programs like reforestation or carbon capture and storage. Carbon neutrality versus net zero. While often used synonymously, these are actually two different terms. A person, a business, a product, a structure, a city, or anything else can be considered carbon neutral. Net zero, though, goes one step beyond and refers to the control of emission of all greenhouse gases emitted and the amount removed from the atmosphere. What have been India's efforts to achieve carbon neutrality? The Paris Agreement and the COP26 climate meeting of 2022 were significant global forums that advocated the merits of carbon neutrality and encouraged governments and organizations to pledge their commitment to the cause. The establishment of the National Green Tribunal and the submission of the Nationally Determined Contributions (NDCs) are clear evidence of the impetus the government of India is providing to accelerate the ambition. The top three goals of the NDC are reducing the nation's emission intensity by up to 45% by 2030, achieving 40 to 50% cumulative installed capacity for electric power close to 500 gigawatts from non-fossil fuel-based energy resources by 2030. Increasing afforestation and reforestation efforts to create an additional carbon sink that can offset close to 2.5 to 3 billion tons of CO2. Apart from these, there are several other initiatives underway ranging from hybrid and electrical vehicles, a clean air and climate change action program, smart cities mission, a national biofuel policy,